Welcome to Talking with the Source, where we bring on well-known and local researchers from around the world to share their experiences and evidence.
Who knows that the moon missions were faked?
As soon as I said, I'll meet you, and she said, oh, darn it, I gotta check the door, make sure the door's locked, because I don't want to leave John's house unlocked. So she goes back to check the door. I go out to my vehicle, and I hear this god-awful scream.
Well, there are 63 races of grays. So most people only think there's one race, and when you say grays, it's a misinformation. There's 63 races. Out of those, one race is a negative extraterrestrial. And what I do is I group them in the negative and the positive. The positive wish to see humanity ascend.
What is your name? My name is Anthony.
Are you ready to unravel the mysteries of this podcast? Join us only on Talking with the Source, live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and on all podcast listening platforms.
What's going on, everybody? I am back. This is AJ Capasso here with Talking with the Source. It's been so many weeks, but I'm with my brothers, as always. Jonathan Keyworth in the top left from JK47 Paranormal Investigations and Targeting with the JK, as well as my best friend on the right, Sir Chris. Hey, Nicole, how are you? I know, a long time no see. You're absolutely right. We have been going through some things. Well, I have. And I am super excited. Michelle, wow, that's awesome. You live in a haunted apartment now.
That's cool. I wish. I wish.
Yep. Thank you so much, Nicole. So today we have an amazing guest, guys. We have one of our co-hosts and everything. Hey, Jenny. One of our old co-hosts was on here. That's on with his wife. It's Todd and Marissa of Relatively Paranormal. Let me bring Todd up on the screen. With Marissa, she'll be on soon. But here's Todd, my friends.
Ooh, what's going on, fellas?
What is up?
Hey.
Julia wants to say hi. Say hi, Julia.
Hey, the mini paranormal investigator joins us. I love
You're
it.
famous now.
She's a little shy. We already been famous because we were on a reality show out of England that does, like, every episode's different. It's called My Extraordinary Family. We did it 2 years ago. The Truly Network, that's what it's called. It's out of the UK. So, but they aim the whole thing about Julia. They want us to say, like, she was a paranormal investigator because she was on a couple of early investigations with us. And we live in a haunted apartment as well. This is a haunted apartment. And trust me, you don't want to live in a haunted apartment. You don't want to. They suck the life out of you, bro. All day, every day. It's brutal.
I feel you.
Well, how better to test your equipment?
That's what I was about to say. Listen, every time I turn on one of my XLS or SLS cameras to test them, I get a figure. Boom. Oh, there they are. Or some weird anomaly. Every time. You know, I could turn on a spirit box right now. We could have them in the conversation. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I totally believe it.
Hey, Wonky.
Well, so tell me, what have you guys been up to lately, man? I know that you guys have been doing so much different stuff. The equipment's kicking off, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But talk about some of the investigations you guys have done since the last time we talked.
Well, the most recent one is we went back for a third time to the S.K. Pierce Victorian Mansion in Gardner, Massachusetts.
Nice.
And we captured 61 spirit figures with our SLS. Wow. 61 legitimate, not coat racks, not 61. The place is probably top 3 most haunted places we've ever been. That's why we keep going back. It's incredible. It's the only place where I've ever captured levitations. The first time we went there, my flashlight went flying off the table. We captured A rock got thrown at Marissa. We didn't capture it, but we heard it. She
Wow.
picked it up and said, "Here, have this in the basement." She goes, "Have it back." She flings it, and on camera, 2 rocks fly off the ground and shoot off in the opposite direction, and we caught it.
Wow.
Only time I've ever caught levitations. Place
Where
is
can we
insane.
watch these? Do you have a YouTube channel or?
Yeah, the YouTube channel is Relatively Paranormal Equipment. We have, I'm sure you've seen our product videos. We make product videos for everything we sell that have evidence clips in them. But then we do a show called Wickedly Haunted. We don't get to do it enough, but there's over 50 episodes, and each episode is one investigation, and we just show the best evidence we captured on each investigation. And then Marissa and I will talk for like 2 minutes about what we showed, and then we show. It's probably, AJ's been on it before. It's 45 minutes of evidence clips and 15 minutes of us talking.
Absolutely.
Nice.
It's a great show.
People get to see us using the stuff that we create and sell as well, which is good for that.
Yeah.
And
100%. That's definitely something very, very useful for your business, you know, and what you guys are doing. Michelle says, I have orbs, spirits, ghosts, voices, ghost dogs barking on video. That's pretty cool, Michelle. You know, I mean, it must be terrifying for you sometimes, but I mean, that to me, I love it. I'm so fascinated by it because I've been doing this for so long. So anytime I get any action, I'm like, yes, this is the best thing ever.
I know. I don't get scared. I get excited. Like I'm like,
yeah. It's weird though when you're sitting here. Like the other night, we were sitting here watching TV, and loud as hell, right on our kitchen cabinets. The 2 loudest, like somebody punched them. Boom, boom. I have a security camera, so I was able to actually capture it. But we've heard weird shit. This is an old school building that we live in that was converted to like nice apartments. And we were sitting here one day. It's like 3 a.m, and all of a sudden we hear a school bell ringing. There's no more school bell here. I've looked everywhere. There's no school bell. There's no way it would go off. A freaking school bell started ringing here one night for like 10 seconds and stopped. And the weirdest thing was it wasn't captured on camera. Strangest thing I've ever experienced, like while sitting in my house.
I did an investigation at the Abbey, and there's no landline, and we were down in the basement. I heard a phone go dring dring. I was like, what the hell? Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. It was crazy. It scared the people we were with us because I was doing the tour. I was like, no, stop. That's awesome. Don't get scared.
Disembodied sounds are the best, though, because that's just coming straight out of the ether.
Yeah.
Voices, sounds. It's coming straight out of the like. And the funny thing is did a ghost really punch my cabinet, or did they somehow create that sound?
Yeah.
You know, some of those things will just twist my mind up, you know.
You know what phenomenon that always bothers me so much, and it's so hard to understand how they can do this, is when you have 2 recorders right next to each other that are recording sound, and one will pick up the voice, but the other one won't. That makes no sense to me whatsoever, but I think it's the most fascinating phenomenon ever.
I think what you have is because they're on that different frequency, and they have to like we hear it as a whisper, but they're really probably screaming into it. They're probably right next to that device.
Oh,
and the other one's not picking it up, even if it's a few feet away, because it takes so much energy. They have to focus on one thing to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, there's no way I'm not dead, so I can't tell you for sure, but that would be my guess.
I believe that 100%.
Yeah. That's why I always laugh when somebody says, no, this is like 100% how it is. Orbs, that's this and that. It's like, yo, you're not dead, bro. You don't know for sure anything. Nothing.
You know,
nothing.
Really, okay, so
you're not dead, bro.
Here's
theory.
Here's my theory on light anomalies, or like certain orb light anomalies that you'll catch that go into people and stuff. I believe that that's actually the way that spirit will travel.
It is.
That's something
I think.
But when you get just pictures that have like little like orb-looking watermark,
yeah,
I don't believe that crap.
Pictures are different, but when let me tell you something. The XLS camera, the way it works is it's bouncing infrared beams out that hit objects with mass and density. It bounces back to the camera and allows the camera to map it. It maps orbs that are the size of basketballs, softballs, whatever. And on that camera, they're casting a shadow. So they have to have enough mass and density to actually appear on the camera. They appear large, so we know dust isn't basketball size, right?
Yep.
And it casts a shadow. A crumb of dust is not going to cause a bounce back to the camera and allow the software algorithm to map it. It's just not.
Yeah,
So,
no, I believe that 100%.
so the XLS camera, with the advancement of all this technology, has allowed us really to prove something pretty close to 100%, that I think that you're right with the spirit. That's the way they travel. The other thing is, with some of them, we've screenshotted it because we said that looks weird. And inside these orbs on some of them, you can see like a head and shoulders on a lot of them.
Yeah.
And there's videos on the Relatively Paranormal Equipment YouTube channel where you can see some of this stuff, especially in our commercials, because when I obviously want to show that. And you can see actual faces and heads in the freaking orbs. So,
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know,
but let's see what's the best YouTube channel to pull up to show some of your evidence with this, so that we could do it, because I wasn't able to download it because I don't have a computer right at the moment with me that you sent me. So what what YouTube page can I have John go to so we can pull it up and show some evidence?
you can go to Relatively Paranormal Equipment as our YouTube channel. So our website, the Ghost Hunter Equipment website, relativelyparanormal.com, also has the product videos and the paranormal videos, but you're just better off going to the YouTube channel if you're familiar with it. It's just easier.
Okay. Yeah, John, you want to pull that up so we can share the screen and have it?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right, cool. Because I want to show some of our viewers that I know we've had you on before, and I know we showed like a bunch of stuff, but I
Go
tell you,
to best evidence clips playlist, because that's just everything cut out. It's just the evidence clip.
okay,
There's a really cool one it's a Hinsdale House XLS, it's just all the best XLS clips we captured. We captured heads peeking out around corners, all sorts of weird shit, man. We capture walking out into the room, and the thing starts mapping another head next to my head on the 3D mapping, the color screen, and you
Get
can
outta
see it. And the head starts changing form. It's clear as day, bro. I pointed out and everything. It's nuts. It's
that's
nuts.
I tell you guys have gotten some amazing evidence from all.
There's an SLS clip with a 12-foot, maybe 14-foot tall, free-floating entity that appeared during a demonic house case we took on right behind Marissa. It's bent over at the ceiling. You can see her. She's like this big, and this thing's going from floor to ceiling bent over. It's nuts.
Yeah, Michelle, they have a Facebook link too. You can look at Relatively Paranormal on Facebook, and then they also have the equipment page, correct, which is Relatively Paranormal.
Relatively Paranormal Equipment.
Yep.
If you go to relativelyparanormal.com, that has the Ghost Hunter Equipment Shop, all our product videos. It's linked to the review page from Etsy and that shop. We also have a loyalty program on that page where you can get up to 15% off entire orders. Free shipping. It's your choice. You can use your points however you want, but instead of getting $20 off or spending $400, you spend $400, you can use that to save up to 15% off an order. So if you bought an XLS camera, took 15% off, you're gonna save almost $100.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You know,
I'll tell you what, man, the XLS is it's obviously a little pricier because of the equipment that it's built with, but the SLS camera, man, the prices you have for that is absolutely amazing right now. People are just getting into this and looking for something to.
And our SLS camera is the only one where we have fixed the mirror image, the inverted image.
Yep.
So when you look through our SLS camera, you're looking at it like through a regular cell phone or through a regular camera. It's not like on a regular SLS, the image is backwards. So if you go to turn to look at a ghost and it's over to the left side, you turn left, it's the wrong way. You lose the ghost.
Yeah,
With ours, you can turn left to see the ghost on the left-hand side. We also have a built-in screen recorder that I put in there that now does audio as well. So if you're looking to link up your videos and link the audio, it's there now.
There you go, right there from the man who makes it himself.
I spent 2 hours programming and setting up the tablets, and I know from messages and reviews that what people are getting is a guy gets the original software, he throws it on any tablet, ships it out, and what you get is something that malfunctions and crashes and doesn't work right.
Yep. And you're pamphlets and videos and everything.
It's a 20-minute tutorial that takes you through everything. It's right on the tablet, so it's always with you. We spent years, like anytime somebody has a question, if it's not in the tutorial, I add the answer to the tutorial for the next guy that's got the question.
So basically, if you get one of his pieces of equipment and you don't know how to work it, you're just a moron. No, I'm just joking. You obviously haven't read shit. No, I'm just joking.
In the reviews, you'll see a lot of people like just watch the tutorial. It's easy, you know. The only time there's ever a problem is somebody doesn't watch the tutorial, and I can usually tell almost right away. You know, like that's in the tutorial. It's right in the beginning. You know.
When did you make your best of clip?
So look on the playlist. There's a playlist that says best evidence clips, and they're all listed right there. And it's just whatever that evidence clip is. It could be a minute, it could be 5 minutes, and you'll see all the different ones.
All right, I got it. Hold on here.
And that way, you know. But what we do with our ads, every time we do an ad for a product, we describe the product, we give you the information about it. It's usually about a minute of that, and then we show evidence clips of what the thing can do.
Which I think is so smart as a business aspect for you guys, because most places like what you would see on like Ghost Top or you would see on other places, they don't show you really it in action. You know? And that's the one that you can't stand, you know.
And people love it. They love it. They love it. You know, and they can watch as much of it as they want. I mean, sometimes it's a 10-minute ad because it's got so much evidence in it, but I want to show all the different aspects of what the device can do, what you're getting, you know?
Definitely. And I think that's so smart. Hey, my brother Eli family, thank you so much for coming in, bro. I got to actually talk to you on the phone. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming in. That was one of our guests that came on who had the near-death experience. Very, very fascinating, long one. It was amazing to hear, especially from someone like myself who had a near-death experience. And I know you were very, intrigued by some stuff of what happened with me that you had questions about, Todd. So I was glad that we were able to link up and talk a little bit about it.
It helps me out because before the paranormal, I was never afraid to die. But like with so many of these spirits being trapped here, now I'm afraid of it. And like speaking to you helps me get through it because I'm a good person, and I would hope that I would go to a better place where my soul can heal, and whether we want to call it heaven, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I don't want to be stuck here being tortured by whatever these other things are. And there are other things here. Demons, call them whatever the hell you want, interdimensional beings. There are other things here that are messing with these spirits, and I don't want to be that guy.
Exactly.
Thank you, Michelle. Check it out. We have over 20 items now that we build or sell. If it's in the shop, it's something that we personally use on our own investigations and have probably for years. You know, the huge difference between what we do and what other people do is we build things from an aspect of capturing amazing evidence, period.
Yep.
Not what I would want to personally get. It's something that's going to be long lasting. I find the highest quality parts. I'm not trying to take every last freaking dollar out of your pocket. I'm trying to give you an amazing experience, something that you can further your paranormal investigations or experience a different aspect of it that you haven't been able to experience. Yep. The ability to see ghosts, that's what we all want, right?
Yep.
So, 2 of these devices allow you to do that. The ability to better communicate with spirits, that's what we all want. So that's how we build everything. And we constantly try to make our devices better. If I can find a better part, or I have a bachelor's degree in computer programming. If I can find a better way to make the SLS or the XLS, I do it when I have time, it's not the easiest because if you contact us, you're talking to one of 2 people, me or my wife. That's another great part of it. We have everything invested in this.
Yep.
You're not talking to some minimal wage person, Debbie the Time Life operator. You're talking to us.
Exactly. You're talking to the people who are actually sitting there making them, taking the time out of their day. I mean, that's so important.
I bet our average response time is less than a minute. It's on both of our phones. If you have a question before or after the purchase, I have a tech support page. We do video chat tech support. If you have a question about, you watch the tutorial, you still have a question, and I can't answer it with a text, I'll go on the video chat and show you.
That is awesome.
So I want to know the difference between SLS and XLS.
Okay.
personally.
Okay, so they both use infrared technology to capture moving images of spirits. Okay,
Yeah.
the SLS, okay, upfront and transparent, can produce false positives if you map a coat rack, a tall lamp, a Christmas tree. But we should also show you during the tutorial what that is and how to recognize it. Okay, what it
Okay.
does is it's going to cast out like thousands of tiny infrared beams that hit solid objects, and then the software algorithm uses the length of those beams to map the object. So if you see like an infrared video of an SLS session,
Yeah.
you'll see the dots all over the screen.
Yeah.
That's what it's using to map. So those
Okay.
dots are hitting everything solid in the room, and then the software algorithm is using that to create a map of everything. If something else enters that area, it's going to pop up. It's going to show it exactly how it is. I've seen figures that popped up on the floor that looked like a crumpled up mess. And if you think of a horror movie where the spirit gets up off the floor and its bones are cracking and it stands up, I've seen that.
Okay, yep.
I've seen that
Yep.
before.
Nice.
It's weird.
Cool.
So I think what you're seeing, and it's kind of goofy because you're looking at it in stick figure form, but if you really think about it, it would probably be pretty horrifying if we saw it with our own eyes. But
Yeah,
that's what
So
you're
I
seeing.
got your best of clips. It says insane XLS cam evidence captures at the Hinsdale house.
That's the best
play
XLS
that?
one.
Play that
Yeah, let me
one?
just finish answering his question real quick.
Okay, yeah.
The XLS is a step up, and what it's using is close to like LiDAR type technology, where it's not using laser beams, though it's still using infrared beams, where it's casting beams out like in milliseconds, like da-da-da-da-da. It's hitting solid objects, coming back to the camera, and that's how it's creating the map. There's no false positives. There is zero. There's no false positives because whatever is there has to have full mass and density, and because it's doing it with this more advanced technology, it needs a tablet that's like twice as powerful. Everything has to be done like perfectly. You can't just like brick an XLS camera. It's not going to work. I literally spend hours on these tablets, like streamlining everything to make it so that it works perfectly. But it's just and the main difference is the XLS can capture other things that you'll see in this video that are not stick figures. It goes way beyond stick figures. It captures apparitions, like I said before, orbs that are casting shadows. We've seen these weird mist things that change color and shape across the screen, and it has I've discovered 6 different 3D mapping screens that I show you how to use in the tutorial. And it's a night vision screen, a 3D night vision screen, 3D color, 3D black and white. I forget the name of it now. There's a screen that makes everything look like full 3D, almost like everything's made of foam rubber. It's really weird.
Oh wow.
But and each one is capable of capturing a piece of evidence in a different way. Sometimes one captures the evidence, the other 5 don't. An example of them capturing things in different ways is I captured an orb with the night vision. It was a solid, like smoky orb. On the color 3D, it looked black. On that foam rubber, what the hell is the name of that? I'll think about it. On that other screen, it was a boy's head that popped up behind my couch, and then shot off and turned into an orb at the top of the screen. But it was just an orb on the other screens. But you could see he had a crew cut. He had eyes. You could see his hands on the couch. He was hiding behind the couch right where I'm sitting. And I didn't see that. I saw that on one screen. The other screens, he was just an orb.
So you catch all 6 screens at once, essentially, and you can scan through them then?
It records 6 different viewpoints at once.
Okay.
And then at the end, you can isolate them and screen record what you want. So if you want 2 out of the 6, you want all 6, you want 1, you just do a screen recording of it. And then you have that, to put into your video editor and do whatever you want with. Review, whatever.
I love it.
You can switch live between them without affecting any of the recordings.
Nice.
It's badass. It's badass.
So
you want to watch that
425,
video?
that's not a
Yeah,
bad
throw it up.
deal.
Wait, because you'll see in this video, you're going to see every different type of anomaly this thing can catch,
And you
including
got them on
stick
sale right now for $425. I looked.
Yeah, we're having a Labor Day sales event right now.
Oh wow.
See that? That's a head, bro, peeking around the corner.
Full body apparition. No kidding.
If you look at the orbs, though, so you can see heads in some of them.
Yeah,
It's really weird, isn't it?
that is so cool.
That's something crawling across the ceiling.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Want to go down? Which side?
Oh wow.
That's crazy right there.
Watch this thing pop out of my spirit box.
Yeah. That was wild. It's like a black mass.
Yeah. Like he's popping.
It's like something peeking around.
That's a little boy peeking out from behind the counter.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
That is so crazy.
The hell is that thing?
I have no
In
idea.
this final clip, things are about to get real strange. As I enter the room, you can see that I'm being mapped by the 3D camera in an outline form with no stick figure. If you look at my head, I am clearly looking down at the coffee table right now, as you can see my eyes. In a second, being marked by the arrow, you can see another head of something other than myself is being mapped out, and it is clearly well to the side and above my head. It also changes shape and form, almost as if it is shape shifting between different entities. Right there, it almost looks like some sort of crazy animal. As I begin to move away from this area, as a second, you're going to see that the entity's head stays there while I walk away. I'm finally going to show you in another clip what this whole scenario would normally look like had the entity's own head. As you can see right here, there is no other head on top of my head. There's nothing else that could cause that could explain in a natural way what was captured by the amazing XLS camera. Okay, you can clip it now.
So yeah,
So that's what that
crazy,
thing's
dude.
capable of.
That's crazy.
Hey, you want to know something freaky? Is I was watching the show with Ryan and Shane, the skeptic there,
Yeah.
and they went to Hinsdale, and they told a story about a little boy who shows up in the kitchen peeking around the refrigerator.
That's crazy, man.
And I almost freaked out because they showed a picture. Somebody drew a picture of him peeking out in the same way.
Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Crazy. You know, and we captured that probably. It was one night, but we probably had the thing on for like 2 hours, maybe tops.
And that's the one you made that people can buy on the website, right?
That's the XLS camera. Yep. So, you know, those are my two favorite screens, the night vision and the color 3D. At that time, I hadn't found out about the textured screen. That's what it's called.
Your kitty's in the background.
Yeah, that's our new kitten. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a crazy cat. So,
What does Relatively Paranormal have up there to leave for this winter is coming up here? Everything.
the what?
What do you guys in store for the rest of the year?
We've been talking to. We went to the. Am I my voice echoing?
Yeah, it is.
Why is it echoing?
No, now it's not.
It's not echoing anymore?
Nope.
Okay. So we had gone to the Enfield house there. I don't know what he calls it now. A few months ago, and we captured some weird stuff there. We had a good experience, and you know, we became friends with Jay and Elka.
Yeah,
And
okay, yeah.
we're gonna go back there and do a live investigation with them, a live Wickedly Haunted investigation with the family, like present this time. Maybe both, because it's split into two houses.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna do both sides. You know, maybe two teams so that there's not a lot of noise pollution. And we're gonna investigate the whole house, and we're gonna bust out like all the equipment and do it live, a live Wickedly Haunted episode there. Above that, that's all I have planned for investigations. I did just release a new product today, a new portal called the In Between box. It's amazing. It's 5 times more powerful than the mini portal. It gives you more reverb adjustments. The battery will last probably 2-3 investigations. We spent the last year developing this thing, tweaking it during spirit communication sessions, both at famous places in our own house, because it has the reverbs we use in all 3 of our portals are digital reverbs that you can computerize the settings. There's like 30 different settings. I had to learn what all these settings were. I'm not a guitar player. I'm not a musician. I had to read what each setting does. And I would tweak them a little bit, and then we would use them to communicate and see if the spirits liked it, didn't like it, how their voices sounded. It took me a year to come up with the settings for this device, and it's amazing. So if you want a little bit more higher quality sound than the mini portal, but you're not up in that range of the real portal, which is just an amazing device, this definitely fits the bill, and it's only like $100 more. It's an absolutely amazing device.
That's awesome.
Amazing device.
You went that route, and you guys are going, building different.
Like we do our best to we're having a Labor Day sale. We try to help people out. We don't, like I said, we're not trying to rake every last dollar out of everybody. Everywhere you look, there's like a new. How many REM pods do we need, folks? I mean, honestly, there's a new REM pod. They're all doorbell alarms that you can buy on Amazon for $10. It's a 3D printed box. They stick the doorbell alarm in it. They call it some name. You know, there's only one real REM pod. It's made by what's his name, Gary Gulka on Pro Measure. The rest are doorbell alarms. That's what they are, or Junior Theremins, whatever. So I'm not trying to knock other people's shit. I'm just saying, like, I don't build stuff like that because I want to focus on this high tech, high quality stuff that we can put our heart and soul into. And we know people are going to capture mind blowing stuff.
Say that all the other devices aren't great, but we really want to see them and we really want to talk to them. And we have those devices that allow us to do that. And that's
no doubt. Like the fact that the XLS allows us to look into that world the way it does. Like I think somehow at some locations like Hinsdale, especially, it somehow is seeing through the veil. Like That stuff's weird, man. Some of that stuff is weird that I captured. A little boy's head, like
Oh,
weird stuff, man.
Well,
So what did
if you think about it, and you get into the like a quantum physics type of mental state, you know, light operates at a frequency as well. You know, and infrared is very close to that radio frequency that we get, you know, spirits' voices through spirit box. So that infrared, you know, I'm still trying to study it, and you know, figuring out that frequency it's the key thing.
It is. Frequency is huge to this. It's a huge part of this. You know, even if you're getting into like ultra dimensional beings, interdimensional beings, aliens, whatever it is, it's the key to all of it. It's a huge part of the universe. They just wave hi.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi. Welcome, Marissa.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late as usual.
It's all good. The makeup was very important. We didn't want to get in the middle of that.
It is.
We knew we would all be dead before the show was over. But yeah, no.
That's funny.
Marissa, good.
What did you guys think of the thing at the end, though? The 3D mapping head. Did you see it changing?
That was crazy. Yeah, that was cool. It was right behind you. It was like
yeah.
It turned white and then like yellow. It was weird, man. It was.
It seemed to have it like almost like it shapeshifted. It had like a human face, then like an angry human face. Then when I said it looked like an animal because it had like a snout at one point, I was like, what I was looking at when I first saw it.
Like when you first zoomed into it, like I could see like a white with like two eyeballs. Like it was a face, like clearly. Yeah.
It's crazy. And it ain't my face.
No. You were looking down.
Yes, I was looking at, I think I was trying to grab a monster or something, you know, I'm looking for it on the table. We only investigate in the pitch dark, so it's always a bitch to find anything, man. Like I'm like looking around in the dark I probably lose my flashlight like 30 times a night.
Oh, don't you hate that?
I mean, I'll tell you guys a funny story. We investigated a graveyard one time for do you guys know who Tim Weisberg is?
Yep, sounds familiar.
Okay, so Spooky South Coast used to be a radio show, and he used to do we're in the Bridgewater Triangle. He used to do a spooky triangle show, and we did it in the cemetery called Palmer River Cemetery. And it's all, you know, the old graves that are all broken apart on the top and jagged.
Yeah.
Well, I'm walking around without a flashlight in the pitch dark, and I stepped over a grave and ripped my leg open. How many stitches did I get?
I think it was a whopping 6.
It was a whopping 6. But it filled up my Jordans and my sock with blood. But because I investigated for like another hour and a half after, like the trooper that I am. But you know, so it's just to walk around in the dark like that can be a little sketchy sometimes. But we've come to the conclusion spirits don't like light. They don't.
No,
they don't.
But did you ruin the Jordans?
I did ruin them. I threw them out.
Oh no. Sad.
It's a shame. What are you gonna do?
I know.
Yeah, spirits tell us all the time, shut the light off, even when it's just like a tiny flashlight or whatever. So I think that's why people are using those red lights. You know what I'm saying? Like I've even seen it on some of the TV shows.
It was on the Bigfoot show.
Well, you know what's crazy is
in Bigfoot, yeah.
In the Skull Experiment documentary, they talk about how the spirit guides told them that there cannot be any light or infrared light because it affects their energy. I thought that was very weird.
It's interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, but you know what's weird though is it's like, you know, you'll see them manifest on infrared sometimes, but then it's like, you know, do they like really hate light that much? Does it affect your energy that much? I don't really know because we've caught so much stuff in infrared or thermal or all that kind of stuff.
So and living in a haunted home, I've seen shit during the day. It's just probably 90% of it happens at night and 10% happens during the day. The first haunted place we lived in, not much would happen during the day, and we used to lay in bed and watch TV. And the second that the last light, which was the TV, would go off, shit would start going on inside the apartment, banging on walls. Weird crap would happen everywhere, and it was always like right after the last light would go off, you'd hear somebody whispering in your ear. The ghost at the first apartment we lived in was far more active and far more powerful than whatever's here.
Wow,
far more. You know, they used to throw things, move things, turn things on, shut things, do so many weird things. Like, it turned me from a skeptic to a true believer. Like, inside of probably a year, I couldn't deny it anymore. I just couldn't.
No, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing I tell skeptics is, if you don't believe in it, then you have to experience it. And once you experience that one thing, it completely opens your mind, and they just need to experience it for themselves. So that's why I always tell them, somebody that gives me, I don't believe in this. I'm like, where have you gone? What have you tried? Have you really opened your mind when you're in these places?
Correct. Because with a closed mind, they're paranormal coolers. They'll kill the activity, because if I was dead and I was using every last crumb of my energy to reach out, and some dude was going, I don't believe in you, like whatever, show me something, I wouldn't waste my energy on that.
Nope.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, they'll take energy from electrical equipment. That's why we invented the power plant. The power plant spirit energy device, we invented with two energy pumps, and we put quartz, amethyst, and spirit quartz crystals in the device. So the energy pumps are blasting the crystals absorb the energy. They somehow change it. I don't know how, and then they release it into the atmosphere. That's why we get all that crazy activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, that was Monica. She was one of my cases. She lives in California. I went and helped her family, and there was some crazy stuff that happened at her house. Yeah. So it's good to see you, Monica. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while.
Where do you live? All the way in California, she is?
I live in Colorado. I was helping families my first 2 years when I started JK47, and I've been everywhere. I've been to Oregon, California, Arizona, Michigan, Tennessee.
Well, you're right out in the old West, brother. I'm a tinge bit jealous because of some of the sites you have available to you.
Yeah.
It's like that's my goal, to get out to the old West and investigate some of those places. Amazing places.
I want to go to the Washoe Club and down in Nevada in Arizona. I want to go down there. That's
the Goldfield Hotel looks pretty intense.
Yeah.
Pick me up on the way, JK.
Yeah, seriously. We'll pick both of you up on the way, and we'll head out there. I don't know.
There you go. I'm about 3 hours south of him, so.
No kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it seems it's funny because in Massachusetts, we're in the oldest part of the country, and it seems like we have like some of the least amount of locations. Ohio, Iowa, that little area there is full of locations, full of them.
Yeah,
full of them. I've mapped them before. They're all right within like an hour or two of each other. Amazing locations. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my dream investigations is to go to Deadwood in South Dakota. There's that hotel there. I can't remember the Breenwood or Brentwood or something.
So they let you investigate it? Deadwood was nuts.
Yeah. I would love to do that.
The what the hell's that other place in Tombstone? Place even ghost hunters got crazy evidence there. They saw some woman ghost run by. What's the name of that bar? No, the bar there in Tombstone. The one where all like the cowboys used to go and shoot the place up. I forget where they had the brothel up top.
Yeah.
And the stage down below, and then the gambling was on.
The Lady Bird or
the Birdcage Theater.
Yeah.
Birdcage Theater. Yeah.
That's one of my I would love to get into why not, like my brain damage is killing me today. The other place there, the tuberculosis place.
Oh, wait.
The Batwing. The big Batwing that everybody goes to. The huge one that's got like 5 floors.
Yeah.
Is it Waverly Hills?
Waverly Hills?
Waverly. Yeah. But the thing is, Marissa and I, for the most part, we only investigate alone. Every once in a while, one person will come with it, will investigate with us, because I don't want evidence contamination, and I want the spirits to be able to come up to us and feel comfortable. I won't do a group. I will not do it. So for us, some of these places, unfortunately, think that we're all in 10 and 12 person groups.
Yeah.
Oh, $1,000, they'll split it 10 ways. No, it's us, and we're a family. So it's not like me and my buddy where he's got a job and I got a job and we're splitting it. No, whatever we investigate is family money. So, it's pricey to spend $400 or $500. That's why we love Hinsdale. $300 for the whole night. The whole night. 7 at night till 10 o'clock the next morning. How can you beat that?
Well, I'll tell you what, there are great places, but as far as I'm concerned, I think that there are spirits everywhere. I think that they're everywhere. I don't think it matters where you go.
I know, well, but to be able to go to a secure location where the door's locked, you know, nobody else is there, nobody's jumping out of the woods. Like, I love outdoor locations too, but you know, you don't know what you're gonna run into.
Yeah, you could do it for sure.
Heck, me and AJ, we investigated the old Montana State Prison, just us two. It was like $600 for up to 10 people, but you had it the whole night, so it was awesome.
We would do that and just do like 1 or 2, 3 investigations that year and just make it a bucket list.
Yeah.
Like we want to go to the hospital on Old College Hill in West Virginia because you get the whole place to yourself, $500 the whole night, and we've never done a real deal birth to death hospital, and I want to experience what the duality is like in a place like that.
I would love
you know, birth to death. Think about it.
Like 500, 600, that's straight, but anything above that is just too pricey.
The Conjuring House, there was a nice couple that owned it. It was $125 a person. It was Jen and Corey. This other lady bought it, and now she wants like 1,000. If you want to put it on your YouTube channel, it's like 2,000 jiggers. Like,
really?
With all that drama there, I don't even want
but it was before the drama. It was before the drama. I'm just saying, like, to jack the place up like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. That lady's crazy. I've watched all the drama that's been happening. That lady is crazy.
And let me put it to you like this: of all the famous locations we've done, and we've done a lot, the least haunted place I've ever been, my apartment is more haunted than the Conjuring House. We've told so many people, don't go there. Don't go there. It's old. There is a ghost there. There's a female up on the second floor in the middle room. It is not what you think it is, though. If you're going there expecting the movie, you ain't getting it.
I mean, it's too bad, though, because it's a half hour away from us. We have Lizzie Borden's that's like 5 minutes down the road from us. So we have these great places that we can go to, but it's just
no, they want like pays money to a company about them. Like,
I'm saying, like,
but I like going to a place where there's the possibility of hundreds of spirits. We've done a couple of jails ourselves, old school like prisons that were built in the 1800s. I think both closed in the 1960s. The Burlington County Jail and the Franklin County Jail, and they were both pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like
That's
jails.
what I love about being out here in the Old West in Colorado. There's ghost towns. Like there's just towns that and nobody knows about, and I want to go find one.
Hey, there's a documentary on Amazon Prime, and he tells you all of them. Tells you the whole history of each one. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on the documentaries. Okay. It's called like Ghost Towns. He'll show you everything from Colorado, probably in your backyard, all the way out to California. And he lists like 20 of them, tells you all the ghosts there. It's pretty crazy. It's not cool. It's not like a paranormal. It's more like a history type documentary. Yeah. But I got sucked in, you know, even though it was poor quality. I'm like, whoa, look at that shit. Look at that. Because it was so crazy to see them. There's some that are still like intact, like a lot of buildings intact.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my metal detector too. I'm gonna find some coins or something.
Coins and gold. And...
You better bring your gun too. If you got a gun, you never know who you're gonna find out there, bro.
I'm just wondering if you could hear you.
We haven't done an outdoor investigation in a while, but I used to go out there. We both have cans of pepper spray on us. I'd have like 5 knives in every pocket. I had a huge flashlight that's like a baseball bat that would be in my bag, like. You know, anybody came out of the woods and was like, hey, what are you guys doing? They're getting maced and hit over the head with a flashlight.
I don't blame you.
Graveyard pops up from behind a grave. What's up, guys? You know?
I don't blame you.
You know, I ain't afraid of ghosts, but the living.
Yeah, the living. I don't trust
the little paintball darts. Now they have them with pepper spray, so you can get your paintball gun.
I have one.
Seriously, I'm emptying the can, bro. The whole can's going. Eat it.
Exactly.
But every graveyard you can go to is going to be haunted. They're all haunted. Every graveyard.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter.
The ones that we have right down the street here from my place is literally from the 1600s when the Puritans came down here from Salem when the witch trials happened. And dude, the activity you can get in some of them are just amazing.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot of good responses with the spirit box at that graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirit. The one of the most haunted places we've ever been to was Burial Hill Cemetery in Plymouth. It's where the Pilgrims are buried now, where their graves were moved to. There's a mass grave there from a shipwreck that's got like 80 sailors buried in a hole together. All the graves go back to the Pilgrims, and before it was a graveyard. The Pilgrims, it was the highest point in Plymouth, so they had their fort up on top of there, where they could defend their first colony. And then they built like a courthouse there, and the original hanging tree is still there, where they would hang. I think 13 people got hanged in it for various things. And we always get weird stuff over by the hanging tree. Always. It's an amazing place.
Was a really cool place is the Alamo down in San Antonio.
Yeah, that would be a dope spot. Yeah.
If you could get in there to investigate, I heard you can get some crazy stuff down at the Alamo, because of the drama and everything that happened there. Like with Davy Crockett, just that whole interaction, with the war that happened. So the Spanish-American War, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many dope places if we could only get into them. There's an old state hospital right near our house that's just sitting there rotting, and we've begged to we'll sign waivers, let us in there, we'll hold nobody responsible. And people sneak in there all the time, but I'm not trying to get arrested at 50 years old.
Right?
Man.
Yeah.
The ghost hunt. I mean, I want to go in. Don't get me wrong. And we mull it over all the time, but it's just the thought of getting cuffed and stuffed over a paranormal investigation because I went into an old building.
The second I stuck my leg through a window, the cops would pull up. I wouldn't even have to get all the way in.
Well, it's right on a main road, so to go into the main building, you're gonna see your lights through the window. Even full spectrum lights, you can see the infrared or the ultraviolet. There's buildings in the back we could probably get into and not get caught.
Well, Elijah Richard was went on there. What was it?
Nobody ever goes in there at night though.
Yeah.
They go during the day when you don't need lights, so you don't get caught. But if the police came and I was in there, I just walk out and be like, "Hey, listen, I was ghost hunting. Here's my listen. Please don't arrest me."
I tell you what,
I think they would be more interested in what you caught than
could be.
Most cops in Connecticut, when they hear you're ghost hunting, they're like, "No way, dude, really?" And they're like, "What'd you catch? Anything?" And they're pretty cool. But if you get if you're on a place where it's really private, say CVH, for example, Connecticut Valley Hospital, they have there's been a lot of bad stuff that's happened at this place. Even my friend's brother, they threw him in his room, locked the door while he was choking on a piece of food, and he suffocated and died. And this place has had so many lawsuits and everything, and there's closed buildings down from the psychiatric wards that were really bad. And if you were to go to a place like that, the cops would not give you any leeway. They wouldn't give a damn. That's the only bad part.
What we've always been, if it was outdoors, if it's a graveyard, there's a place called Anawan Rock where King Philip's War ended back in the colonial days. The Native Americans and the colonists fought the bloodiest war in American history. It ended there. We just call the police and we say, "Listen, we're going to be doing a paranormal investigation there. We're going to be filming." And they never say anything. We just say, "We just want to let you know if it's a graveyard, we ask permission." And nobody's ever told us no before.
Dude, you know which graveyard has told me no, which is so wild? It's the one that the Warrens went to. It's called Union Cemetery.
Yeah.
Actively used today still for newer people who have passed away. But the older part got vandalized so bad by people after the Warrens made it famous that they now will not let you in past dusk. And there's a cop that sits around there. If you get caught, they prosecute you to the fullest of the law. So I called up the town and I talked to the person in charge and I said, "Listen, I'm into history. I'm in a paranormal group. I would like to come there, after sunset if possible, just for an hour, if that's possible." And he told me straight up, "It'll never happen. I don't care how much money you give me."
Wow.
I was
the good news is there's plenty of other cemeteries, so.
So Monica, when I was at her house, the last night we went to the old abandoned LA Zoo. That's where that movie Dragnet with Tom Hanks was filmed.
Yep.
and that place was creepy, man. And we got some stuff. It was pretty interesting, and I thank her for taking me there. I thought that was awesome. It was really
I
creepy.
totally forgot about that movie that Tom Hanks was in that movie.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
the zoo?
the old abandoned LA Zoo. Yeah, so like you could walk down these stairs into the engagements, and it just felt weird. Like
That's crazy.
it was exciting. Yeah.
Thank you,
Well,
Michelle.
I mean, it all comes down to no matter where we go, it's about the land.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. We appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
You know, it's always about the land because you don't know what was there before. And just because if they tear down that old state hospital, there's probably hundreds of spirits in there. The place was open forever. Those ghosts are still going to be there. You know,
Yeah,
they
they're
ain't
going
going
to be
nowhere.
in the apartment complex they put up on it.
That's what
You
they
know?
want to turn it into, I think, too, an apartment complex.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ, I haven't spoken to you in so long. I'm so sorry about your friend. I'm so sorry to hear that. But
Thank
you know the question that I have to ask you. Did he believe in the paranormal?
The funny part is yeah, and what's weird is that where he lived, 3 people died in that apartment. Okay, the first one was the landlord's wife, from I believe cirrhosis of the liver. I could be wrong on that, but I believe cirrhosis of the liver. And then 2 other ones were suicides. One guy shot himself in the head upstairs in his daughter's room, and then another person hung themselves in the living room from one of the beams. And what's so weird is he kept saying to me a couple days before he died, he kept saying to me like, if I don't get out of this house, like I'm gonna die here. And like he had this real adamant thing about it. And then all of a sudden something happened 2 days before I saved his life. And then 2 days later I left his house. It was like 10:30, and next minute you know, I told him I'll see you at 10 o'clock in the morning. I walk in the door at 10 o'clock in the morning. I thought he was asleep at first, and then come to realize he had passed away in his sleep.
Oh my God.
The energy in that place was very bad.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
Do you think that maybe like something that was there may have had something to do?
I really do think so, because of how he died. He would have never done what he did. And it's weird. Like okay, so my friend was an addict, okay, but he was a cocaine addict. He was older man, 60 in his 60s, and he never touched any kind of downers his whole life. Well, one of the guys that he ends up getting his stuff from ended up giving him fentanyl inside of it. Well, he touched it with his finger 2 days before, just thinking it was regular cocaine, just to taste it with his finger. And
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he tasted it, he touched it with his finger and he dropped to the ground. I found him in his kitchen. I was able to Narcan him and bring him back, thank God. But then 2 days later, I don't know if he did some. I don't know what it could have been, because he knew what not to do. And then
Why would somebody do that?
I don't
Why
know.
would somebody turn it and give it to people without them knowing it? You're gonna drop all sorts of people.
Dealers,
All I
man.
could think is they don't want it in their house, so here, take it. You know, it's like a
Or,
bad
Like why? To mix it in like.
or they got it and they need to get rid of it. Need
But,
their money
but,
back.
but you're putting it into the cocaine. Like
It's sad, dude. They're doing it in the weed now. They're doing it in everything. It's sad.
that's bad,
So awful.
bad stuff. Bad stuff.
But no, thank you so much. It's been really hard, without him. He was like a father figure to me. So it's like, it just sucks not being able to wake up, go over there, take care of the dog anymore, and wake him up and whatnot, or try to help him through his depression and whatnot. But he was a great friend of mine. He taught me a lot of things. Just wish I had a little more time.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
That
life.
really sucks.
I've learned that so much in life by all the people that I've lost, that we just have to kind of enjoy every day as much as we can.
Yeah.
Life is short. Life is short.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on today. I truly appreciate you guys.
Not a problem. Thank you for having us on. We love coming on, talk about the paranormal, talk about the equipment, any of it. Let me just say real quick that Misha and I, the reason why we opened this store almost 3 years ago is everybody on this that has a screen here has bought something online that they got back. It was something that you thought it was better. It was a piece of junk. It took a month to get to you. you were overcharged, whatever it was. And we just wanted to give people the exact opposite of that experience. Once you buy something, usually online, you're not getting a hold of that person. They're not going to respond to you. None of that. We wanted to bring back like the mom and pop retail experience where like you walked in and the person knew your name, and like we want to be your friends as much as people that you buy from. And we've met a lot of people through this that are our friends now.
Cool.
You know, so that's always been our
I'm
goal.
sending you a friend request, buddy. I'm sending you guys a friend request.
And that's all we've ever wanted. And you know, by whatever you get is what we have. If you buy the SLS camera, you have the identical one I use. You buy the XLS, you buy a portal, whatever it is, it's identical. Like every part, it's all high quality. We don't overcharge. I mean, Steve Huff sold this identical portal for almost $2,000. It took 6 months to get. You buy it from us, it's shipped 2 days later, and it's half the price, less than half the price. You know.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
awesome.
so there's that when we broke down the figures and realized how much people were being price gouged, I almost threw up in my mouth. Like that's why we were the first SLS camera that was less than $500 2 years ago. Now other people have to match our price, but they're still doing it with cheap replacement parts and not taking any time on it.
Yep.
You know, so that's us in a nutshell. Like it's a true family business in every way.
Like we were talking in the background with KD. KD is an awesome guy. He doesn't overcharge, and his equipment's good too. So
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's my favorite spirit box. That Inkbox S, it cost me $130. It was worth every penny.
yeah.
You know, I made the mistake of buying the SB7 Pro because it had the frequencies in it. JK, the frequencies. I thought it might help somehow. Maybe I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't used it enough, so I'm not going to completely bash it. But right now, it's not getting the responses that his Inkbox is. That's all I can say. But I'll keep working on it. I'll let you know.
Oh, we're gonna talk, man.
I listened to the frequencies. That's why I bought the damn thing. Was for I already had an SB7. I bought the thing for the frequencies. It was like $300, dude, for a freaking spirit box.
Oh, I know.
And you know, I bought it for the frequencies, and I just haven't seen the results yet. But more research. It's all good. It's all good. But we've had a good time as always. Anytime, we're always happy to come on and chat.
Yeah, man. Whatever.
And if anybody is interested, we are having a Labor Day sales event till the end of the day tomorrow. Everything is on sale. Big discounts on everything in stock is on sale. RelativelyParanormal.com. And we do have the stores on Etsy and eBay. Hundreds of reviews to read. You don't have to take our word for it. Hundreds of reviews to read that you can buy with confidence after reading them. Trust me, hundreds. Probably like 800 reviews if you went to all three sites.
Cool.
So.
Well, I know where I'm buying my equipment from now on.
Exactly.
Ooh, you like to hear that. Look at
Okay.
Just hit us up. You ain't even going to go through the stores. No tax. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Thanks so much for having us. Love talking to you guys.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Nice
Bye.
meeting you.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you.
I'll share this out everywhere, bro.
Will, thank you. All right, my friend. There we go. So if you put it back to normal, John, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, guys. So what did you guys think, man? I mean, I love having Todd on. Todd's actually, you know, Todd and Marissa actually are co-hosts, so they can come on whenever they want and come to any of our things. But it's nice to have them on as guests and to hear what they're doing with their equipment store. I mean, dude, they just started it like a couple years ago, and like the amount that they have progressed has been tremendous, and it's been so awesome.
I think it's all because of their intentions, man. I think that's everything in life. You know, if you go in with good intentions and positivity, you know, you're not in it for the money, you're in it for the experience. You know, good. I think that energy is gonna really help you. You know.
Yeah. For real. For real. And the equipment's not expensive even without the sale. I mean, I was looking at it and.
No, yeah, they do a great job. They make everything by hand, all themselves. I mean, it's a great family business they started, and I'm super proud of them. I'm super happy for them as friends, and I just can't wait to see where it goes for them. You know?
Yeah,
it was a great show today, man.
Great energy.
Definitely. Well, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in once again to another episode of Talking with the Source. We are going to be back regularly on Sundays, like always. Just needed a few weeks off to get some things straightened out. But we will be back next week, and we have a guest coming up soon that is going to blow your mind. He's an amazing medium that uses dominoes and some other things to basically get his answers, or get answers from spirit, I should say. He's an amazing, certified, real medium, not a joke. And we can't wait to have him on. We're trying to have him on hopefully next weekend. So we're going to make sure that'll be out this week for you guys to know. But thank you guys so much on the Spotify and all the podcast listening sites for always listening to us. Please follow us on all of the podcast listening sites, as well as all of our social medias. And before we leave, I'm going to let my co-host tell where you guys can find them at. So John, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, JK47, just search that in YouTube or Facebook. I do a lot of live spirit box sessions, work on cold cases. The one I'm working on right now is in my home county. I've gotten a lot of stuff. I'm going to go try to talk to the detective maybe this next week and see what he thinks. It will be interesting because usually the police don't like to talk about that stuff. So, but I'm going to give it a shot, and I can tell the spirits of Raylan and Fabian that I did everything I could. I can't force people to believe. So,
yeah.
That's amazing. You do amazing on that stuff, by the way. I got to give you props.
Yeah.
Thank you. An
awesome job. Keep it up. But anyway, man, Chris, you have a couple other podcast stuff you do. You want to shout those out?
I do one on Tuesdays. It's a movie horror review show. We just review old horror movies and new ones. That's pretty much the only one I'm doing right now, but the other one's coming and going, so I'm not sure where that's going to land.
Awesome. Well, guys, make sure to check out their podcast. Make sure to check out Talking with the Source every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can always go back on our YouTube or on our Facebook and watch all the past episodes. And
check out Parapost Network. There are so many shows on Parapost.
You didn't even let me get there. But yeah.
you were going to forget.
Make sure you head over to Parapost Network, because you're going to find some amazing podcasts like this and other ones as well that you're going to love. So if you're new here and have never heard of us before, head over to Parapost Network. They are the network that we're on. You can find them right on Facebook. And they have some amazing shows. So all day long, you're not going to have nothing to watch. You will always have something.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Guys, well, hey, thank you guys so much once again for being a part of another show of Talking with the Source. And until next time, we are Talking with the Source.